Number 38 states, in Cocker Spaniels, the allele for a black coat color, big B, is dominant over the allele for a brown coat color, little b. If a brown Cocker Spaniel is crossed with a heterozygous black Cocker Spaniel, which of the following genotypic ratios can be expected? So what this is making us do is think back to Punnett squares. A Punnett square is a way that we can decide what outcomes we would get from possible offspring of two individuals that were to mate and have babies. So in this case, there are a couple of things we need to know before we can set up that Punnett square. First of all, it says that black is dominant over brown. Okay, so if an organism has a big B, right, a big B gene, if that Cocker Spaniel has a big B gene in their genotype for fur color, they're going to have black fur coat. And little b is for brown fur color, and that is recessive to the black fur coat color. So if you have two recessive genes, two little b's, then you'll have brown fur as a Cocker Spaniel. But if you have even one big B, then you're going to have that dominant trait, which is black fur. So it asks us, we're going to cross a brown Cocker Spaniel, and remember brown is recessive. So in order to have brown fur, you're going to have both little b genes in your genotype to have brown fur as your phenotype. Phenotype being the trait that you actually show. So then it says if a brown Cocker Spaniel is crossed with a heterozygous black Cocker Spaniel. Hetero means different. So heterozygous means that they have different genes. Different genes in this question means that they would have one gene that is for black fur and one gene that is for brown fur. So heterozygous means that your two genes, the one that you got from your mom and the one you got from your dad, are different. So it asks us to cross a brown Cocker Spaniel, little b, with a heterozygous, different gene, black Cocker Spaniel. So it has a big B and a little b gene. And it wants us to figure out what would be the genotypic ratio we could expect from that cross. Genotypic ratio just means how many of the possible offspring would have the different genes from their parents. And let me show you what it looks like. You need to do a Punnett square in order for this to work. So I'm going to draw my Punnett square. And hopefully if you remember from your biology class, if you've done Punnett squares before, you take one of your parents and put their genes up top. So here's my brown Cocker Spaniel. And you take the other parent and put their genes to the side. All right, so we have our little b up top and our big B, little b on the side. Then we take these letters and drag them into the boxes that are beside or below them. So in this case, we're going to have big B, little b. I'm going to take this big B and drag it all the way across over here and drag this little b down into the box below it, little b. And then I'm going to do the same thing in the bottom boxes. I bring my little b's down from the top and my little b across from the side. So here I'll have little b, and little b, little b. So as you can see, I have 4 possible combinations of genes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 out of the 4 are big B, and 2 out of the 4 are little b, and 0 out of the 4 ended up being big B, big B. So we're going to look up at our answer choices and find the one that matches what we ended up with in our Punnett square cross. So we had 0, big B, and F is the only choice that has that. Let's check the other parts of the answer to see if that still matches. We had 2 that were big B, and 2 that were little b, and there it is. F is our correct answer choice because we had the correct ratio of genotypes. We had the correct number of big B that were formed, of big B that were formed, and of little b that were formed. So if you are given a question like this on your test, make sure that you figure out, first of all, what are the genes that each parent would have, and then put them into a Punnett square to determine what the possible offspring would be.